This mountain getaway is the perfect palate cleanser for any length of time fighting the crowds down in the Tokyo monstropolis. So in this video I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get here. Even your Cinnarol mad girlfriend drunk on natto can manage it. Then we're going to run through the creme de la creme of what to do here, flavoured with those hidden gems that nobody else is going to tell you about. And at the end I'm going to get you properly tooled up for your visit with my very best Karuizawa tips. But first, it's your birthday. Can I have some cake? What? That was 6 months ago? Terrible. But luckily, Karuizawa won't make you wait 6 months to enjoy its treats. That's because you can enjoy every single season here. So when's the best time to visit Karuizawa? Yes. Now let me ask you one simple question. Can you cook cup noodles? Because if you have the patience and skill to do that, you can definitely manage another 57 minutes of waiting. Because guess what? It only takes 1 hour to take this Tokyo scene and replace it with this. And it gets better, my friend, because instead of bumbling around on your packed local train, your escape pod out of Tokyo is the sleek, swish and ultra speedy Shinkansen. You don't even have to change trains, it's a one and done. Before we get to the best of this hideout town though, a word about the layout. Think of Karuizawa as having 3 main zones: around the station, the Naka Karuizawa area and the southern side. I've made a Google map showing all the spots I talk about, so you don't need to stress about where they are just now. For the map, check the link down below. Now in Karuizawa, the first thing to blow you away is definitely the top drawer scenery everywhere you look. The most popular spot by far is this wraparound, hard to cram it all into the frame Shiraito waterfall, nestled right in the middle of a luscious forest. Whereas most cascades like to compete on the sheer height from which the water comes crashing down, Shiraito takes the opposite approach, going for breadth, giving us this unique panorama. The way the water comes over the top and kind of dangles like bits of string actually explains how this thing got its name. Shiraito no Taki means the white thread waterfall, which is pretty much spot on. You can hit Shiraito Falls by taking a bus from Karuizawa station. It takes about 25 minutes, and from the bus stop it's only a 5-minute walk or so. It's one of the easiest bits of Karuizawa to visit, even if you only come on a day trip. If you want to get much deeper into nature while you're here, I highly recommend Kumoba Pond. This one is pretty enormous and you can easily take a good hour to make a full circuit. There's a lot of wildlife hanging out here and it's really just one of the best places to relax and do a city detox. When I walked around this pond, it felt like I was being swallowed up by all the nature, and honestly, I lost track of time. But if you're short on time, closer to the station, there's also the super spacious Yagasaki Park, complete with a lily-covered pond and a mountain backdrop. If you have a few minutes spare before catching the Shinkansen home, and you don't fancy traipsing around the overpriced and overblown shopping plaza, this park is the perfect little sampler of Karuizawa's scenery. For pro-tier nature lovers, you'll want to head up to Kera Pond over in Naka Karuizawa. This is the base for a company offering a whole range of tours, helping you explore the smorgasbord of wildlife waiting for you in the forests of Karuizawa. If that's not your style, maybe pop in during the winter months, when this pond becomes a temporary ice skating rink. Personally, I found it to be one of the most relaxing places of all, although that may have something to do with there being a cafe here, slap bang in what is truly the most ideal setting. Being up in the mountains, this town doesn't have a beach, but this is probably the closest you're going to get to one. Now, not far from here is Harunire Terrace, a little shopping and eating plaza set on a huge wooden deck right next to the stream. This is a great spot to grab some breakfast or lunch, although be warned that it does get rather busy, especially at the weekend or in busy seasons like August. Now, if you're finding this video useful, then I'm sure you'll love my free insider email. I pack it full of Japan travel advice, destination recommendations, and also hidden gems that I don't normally talk about in my videos. And when you sign up, I'll also give you my free Japan Plan Launchpad, which shows you how to plan your trips in the exact same way that I do. So go and check out the pinned comment for the link to sign up, or you can scan the QR code on screen now. Now, you might be wondering, how did Karuizawa get popular in the first place? Well, to answer that question, head over to the Shaw House and the Shaw Memorial Church. Shaw was Alexander Shaw, a missionary from Canada and a trendsetter in making Karuizawa popular as a summer resort in the late 1800s. Here you can see the blend of East and West in the way that the house was put together. Take a look at the windows. They're built like traditional Japanese sliding doors called shoji, but instead of the translucent paper between the frame, you've got window glass. Now, thanks to the popularity of the town amongst the expat community, there have always been plenty of churches here, bringing a distinctly European vibe to this mountain hideout. A prime example is the Karuizawa Catholic Church. This one is right on the main shopping street and has been around since the early 1900s. It's still in use today, but you can pop in for a quiet moment. The design is simple but beautiful, and it's one of those places that really reminds you that once upon a time, Karuizawa was a retreat for foreign missionaries and diplomats. At the other end of the spectrum, there's the dramatically modern Kanzo Memorial Stone Church. Designed by famed architect Kendrick Bands Kellogg, this one is built as a sort of stone hill, so venturing inside feels a bit like going into a cave. This figures as Kellogg's signature is buildings that integrate with the landscape. You've got these wonderful arches that soar up to form a mound, or perhaps an enormous caterpillar that's had one too many pieces of cake. You can't take videos on the inside, so you'll have to use your imagination for that, but this place is definitely worth paying a visit. And because getting hitched in the Western style is so popular in Japan, the churches are often used for destination weddings in the town. Karuizawa Kogen Church is busy all year with ceremonies, and with its distinctive triangular shape, it's not hard to see why. When I was visiting in the summer, there was a wonderful lantern festival with lots of special lights all over the grounds. This continues a tradition started by the missionaries who visited the town back in the day. They used to light candle lanterns to brighten up Karuizawa and at the same time pray for the residents. At this festival in August, you can carry around your own lantern and soak up the incredible nighttime atmosphere with lots of lantern artworks spread around the grove that's in front of the church. For something more whimsical, the Urs Toy Museum is surprisingly good fun even if you don't have kids. This place has an extensive collection of traditional wooden playthings from Germany and Europe. It's a magnificent celebration of master craftsmanship, and with the Western connections of Karuizawa, this museum feels right at home. And now my two absolute favourite picks. We'll start with Taliesin, a capacious park with plenty of exciting things to do. There's mini golf as well as go-karting, which is enormous fun by the way. Maybe cruise around the boating lake or take a stroll through nature here. There's so much to do. Anyway, it's a blend of Western and Japanese styles again, with the activities very much what you'd expect in a park in another city in Japan, but with the look leaning more towards somewhere straight out of Europe. Case in point, the lakeside villa that used to belong to the French scholar Tozuko Azabuki. But my top tip at Taliesin is to visit the barbecue restaurant. Dining in the park like this is a fantastic way to slow down and savour the meal. And since the restaurant prepares everything from food to utensils, all you need to do is make a reservation and turn up. This was definitely one of my highlights of this trip, so I definitely recommend it. My second Uber suggestion is to lean into the breakfast culture here in Karuizawa. Because it's a popular vacation destination for people in the Kanto area, the town makes it easy for you to chill out in the mornings with top-notch eateries scattered all over the place. My favourite is not far from the station. It's called Tanente. You've got a rustic European style house with a spacious garden packed with trees, so it's an absolute joy to sit back and tuck into breakfast here, surrounded by birdsong and drinking in the pure mountain air between sips of soup of the day. Here at Tanente, they even endeavour to keep you entertained while they prepare your order, as they give you a traditional wooden puzzle to solve while you wait. Now, before I get on to my best tips for making the most of your Karuizawa visit, let's talk a bit about transport options here. I mean, although this is a popular tourist destination, we're still out in the countryside, so there are a few differences to how things are down in the big smoke. First up, I think the best way of getting around has to be on two wheels. Karuizawa is fairly flat, so renting a bicycle is an excellent option. I'd say it's actually the perfect way to experience the town, because it'll force you to slow down and savour every single scene. Helpfully, there are plenty of bicycle rental outlets outside the railway station, and you'll also find ample parking facilities at each attraction, so you can just concentrate on sightseeing and not worry about the parking police. If cycling isn't really your thing, there's a semi-decent bus network in the town, although that doesn't really give you the same flexibility as cycling or hiring a car. Alternatively, especially if you're visiting in a group, you might want to take taxis to get around. This is definitely doable, but a word of warning here, be sure to book your cabs the day before if you can help it. There's actually a shortage of taxi drivers in Karuizawa, so if you leave things to the last minute, you might be left stranded. Another word of warning now, while there is a local train service between Karuizawa and Karuizawa stations, it only runs once or twice per hour, so it's not that useful compared to buses or other transportation. Anyway, let's get into my best tips now. So although Karuizawa is a mind-bogglingly easy day trip from Tokyo, I don't think you can really do it justice in such a short space of time. It's a getaway that deserves at least one night, preferably two, if you really want to savour the atmosphere and take in plenty of the highlights. So do consider staying overnight. Next, although we're in the countryside, this is very much geared towards visitors from Tokyo. And this means Tokyo prices. Be prepared to pay more for your meals and of course accommodation if you choose to stay here. Sometimes this does mean higher quality, sometimes it doesn't. So have a look at reviews if you're not sure. Now, there are plenty of places in the town areas to pick up souvenirs, but if you want to choose from a much wider selection of items, head over to Hochi Ichiba Farmers Market. On top of stacks of local produce, here you'll find a good stocking of craft beers made in the area, lunchbox options, cheeses, as well as juices and preserves. One of the minor frustrations I have with Karuizawa is their lack of vending machines. I know this is probably done on purpose so as not to ruin the elegant countryside look, but it's truly annoying to pay over the odds in some of the shops just to get a drink. This is particularly true in the Hoshino resort and terrace areas. So be sure to visit the convenience store at the start of the day because you won't want to trek down there later. Last, and this might be obvious to some of you, but you want to definitely carry an umbrella or rain gear with you as you travel around Karuizawa. That's because being up in the mountains, the weather is rather unpredictable and it can rain at any time. I was certainly caught out once on my trip, so pack accordingly and don't be surprised if the weather forecast is wrong. Okay, so now you're all set for the easiest, fastest and most beautiful Tokyo escape. But before you start booking Shinkansen tickets, check out this bargain rail pass you can use instead. All the details are up in this video up here. Go check it out, but for now, see ya.